Ever have those days where your mind feels incredibly sharp, like you're solving problems, making connections, just totally on fire intellectually?
Oh, absolutely. Laser focus.
Yeah. But then something happens, maybe an emotional situation crops up, and suddenly all that brain power feels kind of, well, useless.
Totally. Like your head and your heart are just not communicating at all, speaking completely different languages.
Exactly. Different languages. And, that exact feeling, that disconnect, is something one of you actually asked us about. Someone was curious about finding a more balanced way forward, a wiser perspective.
That's a great question to explore. How do these two parts of us work together or against each other sometimes?
Right. So for this deep dive, we dug into this really fascinating source. It's a dialogue between a young monk and his master.
And it really gets to the heart of this interplay between intellect and emotions. It's quite insightful.
It really is. And they introduce this concept. They call it Buddha Q. So that's our goal today, really, to unpack this idea. How do IQ, our intelligence, and EQ, our emotional awareness, actually combine to create something more, this Buddha Q state, this genuine wisdom?
Yeah, how intellect meets emotion for, well, for real understanding. It's not just one or the other.
Okay, so let's maybe start with the pieces. IQ first. What does the master say that is?
So, according to the master in this dialogue, IQ is basically our ability to think critically, analyze things, solve logical problems, learn new stuff quickly. It's that analytical horsepower.
The kind of intelligence that gets you through exams or helps you plan a complex project, maybe?
Exactly that. And he gives this great example. A scholar who's brilliant at solving riddles, like super complex ones, but then completely struggled with his own feelings.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, or like understanding why someone else might be upset by something simple, he said. The logic is there, but the emotional understanding, not so much.
That makes it really clear. You can be a genius on paper, but still feel totally lost when it comes to, well, people
Yeah,
and feelings.
precisely. Which is where EQ comes into the picture.
Right. Emotional intelligence. How does the master describe that?
He talks about it as, firstly, recognizing and managing your own emotions, knowing what you're feeling and maybe why you're feeling it. That's the self-awareness piece.
Self-awareness.
And then there's the other side, understanding and responding effectively to the emotions of other people. That's the empathy part, really getting where someone else is coming from.
So it's not just about being like touchy-feely. It's practical.
Yeah.
It's how you handle relationships
Right.
or sort out disagreements without everything blowing up.
Absolutely. It's about navigating those social and emotional landscapes skillfully, having that inner balance and being able to connect compassionately.
Okay, so IQ is the logic engine. EQ is the emotional radar and compass, which brings us back to Buddha Q. What is that synthesis?
So the master presents Buddha Q, well, not just having both IQ and EQ separately, but having them seamlessly blended, integrated. It's a higher state of wisdom, almost like the kind of deep understanding spiritual masters talk about.
Intellect plus emotion equals true understanding.
Pretty much. He uses this wonderful analogy. Imagine a stormy sky, lots of clouds, maybe thunder.
Okay?
Our thoughts and emotions can be like that storm, right?
Uh-huh.
Turbulent, changing. But Buddha Q, he says, is like the clear, vast sky behind the storm. It's that underlying calm wisdom that's always there, even when things feel chaotic on the surface.
I like that, a sense of clarity beneath the mental noise and emotional waves. But the monk asks, why do we need both? Why isn't just being really smart or really emotionally attuned enough?
Yeah, that's a key question. And the master uses another analogy here. He says, relying only on IQ, no matter how brilliant, is like living in a magnificent house.
Loving the podcast? Don't miss out. Unlock the full episode with a subscription. Get in touch to subscribe now. Fix your inner world at gmail.com.